All right, guess what? We got a train coming right now, folks. This train is a rock train, and it's supposed to have 3 locomotives, and it's going to have some flat cars on it too, coming out of storage. I was just getting ready to shave when I heard this train coming, so I had to jump over here real quick. Wasn't ready. Should have been, wasn't. But here comes the train. Let's find a good spot. I just now got here, and here it comes. I got Chessie with me. She's over there in the truck. Right over there's the Batmobile. Chessie, the sleeping puppy. All right, wonder if they'll see us here. Maybe we'll get a wave here today again. I hope it's got the flat cars on it like they're saying. And 3 locomotives, that's what it's supposed to be. Long hood forward. Hey, they got grain cars. Several grain cars on the front. I haven't seen grain shipped on here in months. Yep, there's the flat card. Just as advertised. This is a heavy train. They actually had grain on here. I can't believe it. It's been months since I've seen them haul grain out of Winchester. They also had a load of railroad ties from Peebles. Got 4 different customers on this train. This is a good one. Plus the little baby engine, well, the switcher, MP15 DC. That was on the train, the 3rd unit. And we got the end-of-train device. It's back. This train's got everything. Yeah, this is a good one here. I didn't have time to do a before train with the rail because this is the first train of the week. It's been a few days since the train went through. Today is Monday. The van on the right, that's the conductor's van. So he'll radio the engineer here in a minute and tell him everything looks okay.
Put on that roll by 3512. Put on that roll by, thank you.
There you go. Get on the roll by.
Tommy, we'll plan on pulling into North Track for now. Right now, the plan's North Track at Afton, understand.
They're going to pull into the North Track at Afton. That's where they're going to stop. Hey, let's go get them again. This will be cool. I can get a couple more times. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. All right, we're in the downtown part of Mount Orab here, coming across Main Street and High Street. That used to be the police department on the left. See that? That was the police department on the left when I first moved here. I think it was built in like 1910. I'm gonna find another good spot to get the train before we get to Williamsburg. But getting the hill today is going to really be epic with all these cars and locomotives. This might be one of the best ones yet going up the hill. So don't go away. Here we go. Uh-oh, we got road construction up here again. Jessie's bumping into me. She just bumped into me. Got road construction. I'm tired today. I was working yesterday all day over at my daughter's house. Got my back hurting. Working all day there. And then I stayed up until after 2 a.m. working on videos. That's the only time I had to work on a video. So I'm really tired here today. After I get down with the trains, though, I got someone to help over at the house today. So that'll be good. Well, let's go up here to, I think we'll go up to Eastwood Road at the Boardwalk and get the train over there. All right, I'm at the Mount Orab Boardwalk right now. Check this out. Look how far this goes. One of these days, I'm gonna go back there and see if it keeps going. I think it might go to the left. I just can't see back that far. And right here is as far as I can zoom in. Corn's looking pretty good. Look at that big cornfield. All right, here comes the train at the Mount Orab Boardwalk at Eastwood Road. All right, I think you saw me. I think you waved at me. There's the grain cars from Winchester Ag, 3 of them. I haven't filmed any of that in months. There's a load there from Peebles, McCoy Lumber. And then here comes the rock. I think it was early summer the last time I filmed some grain coming out of Winchester. So I'm glad to see them shipping more grain. Look at that rock, you can see it sticking up. This is a heavy train. You know how heavy rock is. If you ever tried to move it in a wheelbarrow, look how much rock's on these things. They're filled up. Got some barcodes, see that? Here comes some flat cars out of storage. Those used to be auto racks. This is one of the best Cincinnati Eastern Railroad trains I've seen in months. This is a really good one here. Wish I'd been ready. Well, you can't see it there. It's kind of overgrown. We're going to Williamsburg for the grand finale. We're going to get it going up the hill. This is going to be really epic. So here we go. Next stop, Williamsburg. Downtown Williamsburg. There used to be the fire department. See right there? That used to be the fire department. No, right there. Maybe the whole thing. Used to be the fire department. That goes way back. And then it was a brewery for a while, and then they closed down. I'm not sure what it is now. We're gonna go up here to Gay Street, one of my favorite spots to get the train. And this is gonna be really, really good. I can't wait. So this is downtown Williamsburg. It's a pretty safe city. It's not like Cincinnati. Cincinnati's kind of dangerous, really. I was down there looking at trains, and I got my car broke into. They busted the window out and went through all my stuff. I actually got carjacked in Cincinnati one time. They stole my car with me in it. That's another story. I'll have to tell that sometime. That was scary, really scary. Yeah, a few guys, I was at a stop sign, they came up and they just got my car, took off with it. And I'll tell more about it some other time. Let's go up here and get the train. All right, here we go. Train's coming up the hill right now. They're getting a good run at it. I can hear them notching up a little bit. This is going to be epic.
It's going to make more noise.
That was in the train device chirping right there on my radio. Yep, they're notching up. I'm in 4K just for this shot. Live action going on here. All kinds of live action. Come the flat cars. Going past the leaning towers of Williamsburg. And that's Main Street right up there. They're crossing Main Street right now. The front of the train is coming up to Tollgate Road. They'll be in Afton Yard here in just a couple miles. And then they'll stop up in Afton Yard, do some switching. That's a cool looking shot right there. And this is milepost 33. Mount Orab is milepost 41. That's where I started from today, at milepost 41. The line starts at milepost 9. That's in Mariemont, Ohio. That's the interchange with Norfolk Southern. Starts at milepost 9. They lease 69 route miles from Norfolk Southern. And then they've got numerous spurs and sidings in addition to that 69 miles of track that they lease. I think that's the fire truck that's going across. the Williamsburg Fire Department, right before the train came, they got a run. It was for a fire alarm drop. It turned out to be nothing. The guy had the code, so he disregarded everyone.
Looking out. North track derails down, double check. Here we come.
All right, that was the engineer talking. They're coming into the yard right now. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Let's see what else we can get into. Get something else interesting on here. Hi. Thanks for watching. All right, guess what? We got the train coming back. But wait, there's more. Oh, it's this. The train is coming back. I waited here just a little bit over an hour. They set cars off at Afton Yard and they're headed back east again. So let's see what we got. Eastbound. This will be an empty train, empty rock train coming down the hill. I'm in 4K right now. They got a locomotive on the back. Got the little switcher on the back. Sweet. Now that looks really cool. That little switcher on the back. MP15 DC. It's noisy here right now because they're working on the sewer lines. So they're doing some work over there, so it's kind of hard to hear. And there's the track. I'll see if I can find any markings. It's about 122 pound rail, something like that. All right, thanks for watching. Hey, here's something I haven't done in a long time. I haven't been over here getting a eastbound train at Eastwood. There's the siding. I haven't filmed one of these in a long time. So it's a little something different here. Different angle for the train. They've got some maintenance way equipment on the siding right now. Train should be here anytime. Here's the maintenance way equipment on the siding. Look at that. And a little cart. That little cart's pretty cool. You might be able to fit one railroad car on here because the track's out of gauge at this point with the railroad ties across it. It's out of gauge at that point. So they could set off a bad car on this siding here, you know, if they had to. It'd have to be past that D-rail. See the D-rail right over there in front of the maintenance way equipment? You have to get past that. So it's still a useful siding. All right, let's find a spot to get this train because it's going to be here in a few minutes. All right, should start dinging any time. Here we go. There's a little switcher on the back. It's an old Southern Railroad switcher. I gotta get across the road really quick because the traffic gets backed up. Got a school bus back there too. All right, we're getting one more time in Mount Orab. That's gonna be about it. I'm in downtown Mount Orab, Ohio right now. See the train station's right over there in the caboose. The eastbound train's gonna be coming through here any time now. And there used to be railroad tracks right where I'm standing. You can still see some railroad ties right here. That crossing still has remains of a second track. Just to the right, the rails are still there. So right here is where the track used to come through, right here, and there was a switch. Right here you can see it. See these rails right here? This is where one track went off to the right, and then the other track, which you can still see the rail, see that? Goes straight underneath that building right there. See? Two tracks were right here. That track is still there. Look at that, you can see the rail on both sides of it. See where I kicked the dirt off of it? All right, here comes the train. Getting ready to come across the crossing right now. Three locomotives. Here comes the switcher. Get on the roll by. The switcher is idling. You can hear it. Just being pulled along. Nobody's in that unit. You got a person in the leading locomotive. That's the engineer. And then the conductor is behind me at the crossing in a van. So he just gave him a roll-by inspection and let him know that the gates were working properly. Empty rock train going to Plum Run, Ohio. It's just east of Peebles. Just a couple miles east of Peebles. So they're going to load those cars with rock. I like seeing that switcher out again. Haven't seen that in a while. I need to get to Sardinia because they're working on the Y over there. Looks like they're going to put the Y back in service again to turn locomotives. So I'm going to show that. Maybe not today, but we'll get over there. Well, it's time for me to head home. I got somebody over at the house mowing my grass for me. I got to make sure that they're doing all the stuff, getting everything done. And I got other work to do. Had to take a little time off here for train time. Jesse's over there in the Batmobile at the Brown County Automotive. All right, thanks for watching, everyone.